It's, there it is. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. People say we
Monkeys,
monkey around.
monkey
We're
around,
singing to put anybody down.
anybody down.
Just wanna be friendly.
Friendly. Toot, toot, toot.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Life This is Bob. Miles, are you there?
I'm here, yes.
Oh, okay. I said this is Bob.
Hey everyone, Miles here. Just moving my location. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought I thought we were gonna have another incident where you got caught with your pants down
Again.
again.
Oh, oh,
Crazy Peter here.
scooter.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Time for timer.
Y'all situated there, sir?
Oh, yeah. Oh, ouch. Yeah.
I never can figure out why are you in so much pain all the time?
I am. I am. I'm in a lot of pain all the time.
What's going on with you? I mean,
I have pain. I have a lot of pain in my life.
okay. You don't want to elaborate, I guess, is what you're saying.
There, I've been too tantric in my life. Okay. And
Okay.
that's
Maybe
all
you
you
need
need
to
to
do
know.
some stretching. Maybe you need to do a little stretching before
Ah,
things.
there's something cracked. Are you happy? Something just cracked. I hope you're happy.
I'm not happy. I just read an article or a headline. Some lady in Las Vegas went to the chiropractor, and the guy like punctured her aorta when he cracked her neck somehow, and she was in the hospital.
Yikers.
Yeah, yeah. Have you had that happen?
I have the most gentle chiropractor that he's just so gentle.
Okay.
He's very
I know
gentle.
you go to the chiropractor. I would never ever go to the chiropractor.
I haven't been in a long time, but yeah, I've
Oh, you
been.
haven't? I thought you went fairly regularly. I don't know why.
No, not anymore. No.
Not since the incident.
Uh, yeah, not since I got like a $4,000 physical therapy bill. Yeah, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna deal with it like Bob. I'm just gonna shut up
That's
and just
hey. I'll tell you my secret for pain remediation.
gummies.
Drugs, yeah, no drugs.
Gummies. Yeah.
No, I uh reduce your inflammation. So what you have to do is fast.
Mm-hmm.
So don't eat for like 12, 16 hours and it reduces your inflammation. It
No,
works.
yeah, no, I work with people that believe in this. I know, yes.
But you don't, I mean, I'm just telling you it works cuz I've had knee pain since I was in my 20s, like early 20s. Actually went in my teens, but cuz I totally fucked my knees when I was young. And I don't have that constant knee pain. When you and I were in college,
Yeah,
I had constant knee pain, constant. It was like would drive me batty sitting in class.
you were just trying to get a good grade.
No, it was pain. I was like in pain, constant pain.
All I remember is you having like horrible posture, man. You were like, man.
Well, I still have horrible posture, but I was in a
Mhm.
lot of pain. Now I don't have any pain, so
Yeah.
it's dramatically reduced. I really have to hurt myself to have the kind of pain that I used to have almost daily. And I'm telling you,
Yeah. Yeah.
readjust your eating a little bit.
Oh,
You'll be fine.
I don't, yeah, me readjusting eating and me are not gonna, that's not gonna happen. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just
It's
saying
not going to happen.
it's worked for me, so I'm just passing that along
I'm
to
not going
you.
to starve myself so my knee feels better. I'm not doing it. I'm not
Okay,
doing it.
well, I don't feel like I'm starving, but
You can take you and your Ozempic and shove it up your ass. Okay.
I don't do Ozempic. No, I
No,
just don't eat. I don't eat for a while.
I don't eat.
Yeah, I know you take the Louis Anderson approach to eating.
Okay. This guy sends me nonstop pictures of him going out to eat these huge steak dinners,
Yeah,
huge,
but
like
that's
3 or
all I
4
eat
baked
then. That's it.
potatoes
I don't eat 3 or 4 baked potatoes.
with dessert. I'm like, Jesus, God,
I never have dessert.
this guy's got to have at least 4 pounds of red meat in his colon at any given time.
Oh, now the dog here's going crazy. That's unusual.
Oh, that's not good.
I had a steak this weekend
That see?
that I didn't even send you a picture of because I'm like, I've overplayed my taking the pictures of steak and sending it to Miles.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing it anymore. So I didn't do
He knows I'm on food stamps, so he just rubs it in my face. He's like, here.
it.
He goes, here, this is what you
Yeah.
can't buy.
Yeah, you can't have this.
You won't ever have
Exactly.
this. Yeah.
Exactly. So I went to Indiana over the weekend.
Did you get lost or did you mean to go
No, I
there?
meant to
Or?
go over there. I did. I had a great steak dinner, by the way. Thank you.
Here we go.
And I
Here we go.
had a salad, fantastic salad, a potato, and a steak. I did not have any dessert.
Yeah.
And I didn't eat, prior to that. I probably didn't eat for 12, 16 hours, something like that.
Yeah.
Great. But so my wife, I was tagging along with my wife. She had to do some stuff and she had to work. And so it was like, I'm being like you, right? Where you go with your wife and she works and then you piss around.
Yes, I do that. Yeah, that's my whole
Yeah.
life.
So
Yes.
I pulled a Miles this weekend. I went with my wife. We went and had a nice steak dinner. The next day I pissed around.
Yeah.
While she had to work.
You teased me a little bit. You teased me a little bit.
I did, yes, a little bit. So,
yeah.
But I want to tell you, so I was in Terre Haute, Indiana.
Right.
Which I'm going to just call from now on God's country.
Wow.
I've never been there before. I was close by. That's not where we were staying, but I wasn't that far away. And my wife's like, what are you going to do all day? Because I have to go work,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'll find something to do, There's got to be something to do around here. Mm-hmm. But there wasn't. And so I had to go all the way to Terre Haute.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm like, well, I've never been to Terre Haute before, so why not, right? It's got a cool name. It's very French. You know like what Terre Haute means? Yeah, like French Lick. Yeah, they did have a Larry Bird museum that I did not go to, but yeah.
Let me guess, because it costs money. You're like, no.
It cost a little money. So I was like,
yeah, that's got to cost a lot of money.
I'm like, I'm not that big of a Larry Bird fan. I mean, I played the video games, but that's about it.
Yeah.
So I go down to Terre Haute and I found this place called the Bank of Pinball.
The Bank of Pinball.
It's not a very good name, but because I like to play pinball, and I thought, well, let's go check this out. Mm-hmm. And I stumbled upon probably one of the most genius ideas that everyone should mimic, at least for me, being a big, nerdy pinball guy. So I get to the Bank of Pinball. Well, the Bank of Pinball is in like the mall. They have a mall there.
Yeah.
Called the Haute Center.
Okay.
Like Terre Haute Center.
Terre Haute.
And yeah. And so like this was still a functioning mall, which you don't see many of those nowadays.
No, never.
Instead of like obviously all the stores aren't there, but there was, still some big stores.
Mm.
A lot of the mall stores. There was Spencer Gifts, right?
Oh, no
Usual
kidding.
mall stores. There was a jewelry store. There was, like a pretzel thing, a popcorn place, and all that kind of stuff that you get at a mall. But they replaced a lot of the empty stores with fun stuff. So one of them was the Bank of Pinball,
Mm-hmm.
which had, God, I don't know how many pictures did I send you, but it had like,
Way too many.
yeah, I probably had, I don't know, probably had 30 or 35, 40 pinball machines.
Easily.
It had other games. They had axe throwing.
Oh,
It had laser tag.
yeah.
They had, like a bar, and it was all mixed in with a bar,
Yeah.
food and beverages.
All right.
They had mini putt golf indoors.
Yeah.
Then after I got done playing pinball, I played all these new pinball machines I'd never even seen before. They had a Jaws pinball, a Beatles pinball, a James Bond pinball, a John Wick pinball. It was
Oh, wow.
great. Yeah. Oh
Nice.
my gosh, I played them all, and then I got a couple high scores on Guns N' Roses and Godfather pinball.
Did you really get
Anyway,
to spell your name on that one?
yes, on two. I actually didn't send you the other picture, but yeah, on
Oh,
two.
wow. I thought you just like somehow photoshopped this thing.
No, this is all real. So I'm like, this is great. So I had some, I spent my money because I limit myself because I'm a cheap bastard. And I had a little time, so I walked around the mall. And you won't believe what else they had in this mall.
PF Chang's?
No PF Chang. They did have a functioning food court with
No kidding.
they had a Chinese place, Mexican place, pizza.
Yeah.
I didn't eat there, but they had RC car racing indoors, like a big track where like you go off-roading with the RC car.
Yeah.
Inside the mall.
Wow.
Then you could buy a quad or a 4x4.
What place is this? Oh my God.
It's the Haute Center in Terre Haute. Yeah, Haute Center.
No kidding.
And they had a place where you could buy a compound bow and actually shoot it in the mall. You could go shoot arrows in the mall.
Hey kids.
Hey kid. I'm like, if there's nothing more dangerous than giving people broadhead arrows in a mall, I don't know what is.
Yeah, with the razor blade tips.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, this sounds a little dangerous.
And it was, and then they had I didn't go into this place. You would love it because I know you like, this kind of stuff, or at least your wife does, maybe. One of the big box stores like a Dillard's or Macy's or one of those things was gone, and it was full of like flea market vendors. There's like 700 booths or something.
Oh wow!
In this old Macy's.
Oh wow! No kidding.
Yeah, so they pretty much filled up the whole mall. There wasn't a lot of empty spaces. And yeah, I'm like, it was total genius. I'm like,
now I
these
want to
people
go.
need an award for this because they've taken what was dead space, right?
Yeah.
And made it interesting. And there was quite a few people there. I was there early on a Saturday, so it wasn't like it was packed or anything, but I could see where it would be packed. They had, you could get a beer, like, pubs and stuff in there. And so yeah, I was like, I can't believe it.
Nice. Now I want to go.
This is the best. This is one of the best places that I've found, like bumming around. I was like,
is Terre Haute? That's like south of Indy, right?
Yeah. So it's not too far off of Highway 70 on the way to Indianapolis. So on the west side of Indianapolis. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's really not that far across the Illinois border.
Okay.
Yeah. And Indiana University's there and some other stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a nice town, and I was really super impressed with their. I know this is not a funny story or anything, but
no,
I couldn't believe the ingenuity and overall, kind of they hit their target market. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's no the guys who want to go in and throw axes and drink beer and shoot arrows and maybe look at a quad runner.
This is like a man's place.
Well, they had other stuff too, but yeah, that's all the stuff that kind of jumped out at me. They had a J.C. Penney. I don't know what that means.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, man,
Okay.
talk about saving the mall culture.
That's on no, just all the ones around here are all dead.
Yeah, that's why we were in Alton, right? That's dead, right? You and I met over there, I think. So
yeah, we met somewhere.
Yeah, Alton Square Mall. But anyway, yeah, I just was like, wow, talk about geniuses. These guys are geniuses.
Wow, no kidding.
So shout out to Terre Haute. Nothing too weird was going on other than this guy was shooting arrows, which I thought, he literally could have just turned around and killed people.
Yeah.
The axe throwing was way more contained
right.
than any of the arrow shooting.
So do they do some kind of testing? Like, could you take this test? Like, would you murder people if you had a chance? Or
would you? Is there any chance that you'll kill anybody trying to get to Orange Julius?
Yeah.
That's
weird. Like anybody can just walk up there, like, okay, I want to do it.
The only thing they didn't have was like a shop that sold guns.
Yeah.
Maybe I just didn't see it. I don't know. Yeah. Weird.
The old shop. That's weird.
But I would recommend if you're a Midwestern geek that likes playing, pinball and skee ball and all kinds of stupid things like that, to go to the Haute Center in Terre Haute.
Now, if they could just put like a strip club in there, God.
I'm surprised there wasn't, to be honest with you.
That'd be perfect. Like, man.
Maybe there was one and it just is open at night only. I don't know. So they had laser tag. I mentioned that laser tag. Yeah.
I have played laser tag once or twice. Yes.
Yeah, I played it quite a bit actually when the kids were younger. We would go, but
yeah, I haven't done it in a long time.
The good thing is that your target's no bigger if you're bigger, so that's the upside.
Yeah. Right.
So what's going on with you? I had a grand old time down in Terre Haute.
Yeah.
And I just had to rub it in because so many times I'm like, hey, why don't we meet up? Oh, yeah, that'd be a good idea. And then you just go and then you don't tell me about it. And then
one time I did it one time to be an asshole. And I did it. And... Yeah, it was a dick move. I'll be honest. It was a complete dick move. But I'd go back. That was down in Quincy. I'd go back. Man.
Yeah, there you go.
I'd go back. I don't care.
Okay.
We always say we don't always really do like secondhand stories. We don't
try not to. Yeah,
we try not to. Because it's really hard to convey, and I don't know. Maybe this one won't even work. I don't know, but look, I'll try it. I'm gonna plug this in. That's what happens. So
I think that's how you got married. I'm gonna plug
I was like, well, we'll just try it. We'll just see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
And my oldest son, he has like a business trip, an annual business trip he goes on.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been his +1 a couple times.
Yeah, I'm sure he's thrilled.
Throughout the years, I think I did a story last year where I let like a bunch of kids into like the hospitality room and stuff. Eat all the free food. No, I don't know if you remember that or not. But
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he invited my other son. They're pretty close in age, and he goes, "Well, why don't you come with me? It's almost a whole week long. You'll be the +1."
Oh, you got booted. You got booted for younger blood.
I got boot. Well, no, I got a trip coming up. I have to kind of knuckle down for, so I had to kind of skip that one. But
You're like, son, I'm not paying for everything this year. He's like, okay, I'll go with my
yeah,
brother.
no, that's okay. So they got up there, and where they were going to stay was not actually at where the convention was going to be.
Ah, okay.
All right, so they're like,
Now
well,
you can't just walk downstairs and go to the stuff.
right. You got to take a crap. Like you got to get back in your car and drive back to the hotel and take your crap and come
Well,
back. And
I'm sure they have public bathrooms, but yes.
well,
I
I know, but you're
understand.
weird about public bathrooms. You're all like, no,
Oh yeah,
dude.
I would totally drive back to my hotel. Yes.
No. Yes, because you would not embarrass yourself. Like, no, I won't. I won't. And
Yeah.
uh, so so anyway, my oldest son's like, well, drop me off because this meeting's going to start at noon. He goes, to my youngest son, he goes, I don't know if you'll be able to check in or not because it's noon time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't typically get to check in too early to a hotel, right?
Yeah, depending. Yeah, I always say
It
try.
depends.
Yeah, I
It
say
depends.
try.
So by luck, they say, yeah, okay, we'll do it. You get it, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets in there and he looks around. He goes, oh my God. He goes, on the wall next to the bed, there's like clearly a footprint on the wall,
Okay.
as if someone was maybe trying to get leverage or something,
Oh.
for like something to happen. There was like clearly, I've got a picture of this. I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
and
You've got a picture of
so
the
now,
footprint?
yeah.
Okay.
And then, then he starts looking around. He goes like, I'm not sure this is a cum stain or anything like below it,
Oh,
but
great.
there's,
Okay. Yeah.
and so, the conference ends up and, they get back together again and, they're
Mhm.
laughing and they call up lower management. And they're like, oh, we're
Right.
sorry. We're
Yeah.
sorry. We'll
Oh,
take
they called him up
something off your room.
about the footprint?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and they came down and some people came down and looked at it like, oh my goodness, ooh, like,
And they go, "Let me
like
look at your
you,
shoe."
what's that? What's that? What?
They said, "Let me look at your shoe and see if
No,
it's
this
your
is a
footprint."
barefoot. This is a barefoot
Oh,
print.
barefoot.
Yeah, yeah. This is a human by
Oh
yeah,
gosh.
yeah,
Okay.
right by the thermostat. Yeah, right next to the thermostat. Someone's got a footprint.
Where's the bed at in relation to this footprint?
I don't know. I don't have a full picture of the whole place, the
Usually the
layout, but I'm
beds
like,
in hotels are not against the wall, so
I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not judging. I'm just saying it was a little weird.
alright,
Right.
gotcha. Was
And
the
they're like,
toes up or toes down?
I think his toes up actually. So I don't know.
Really? Hmm.
I don't. I will have you look at. I'll have you look at it. Okay.
Okay, yeah, send it over.
And anyway, so the people who are there like, you should really talk to the big manager of this hotel. And you should really complain to him.
The people
This
at
is
the conference were telling him that, or
no, the people who actually worked at the hotel were
oh,
kind of like,
really?
oh,
That's
this is
why don't
really
they talk
gross.
to him for Christ's sake? Jeez.
So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's the last day, and
His footprint. That's the weird thing. Hmm.
yeah. So they meet up with this guy and
Yeah.
Todd. We'll call him Todd.
Uh-huh.
And Todd, the general manager, is like, hey, yeah, what do you guys want? Hey, what's wrong?
Hey.
And they're telling him like, well, there's like a footprint and
The
maybe some.
manager, Andrew Dice Clay. Hey, what do you want?
Hey,
Hey.
hey, yeah. Well, what was weird was he's like, well, tell me what happened again. Well, I heard about this. What is it? What is it? And they're telling him, he's like, oh, huh. Okay. Well, you guys kind of waited a long time to report this.
Oh, he's giving him the runaround.
Yeah, he's gonna like turn it against them now. Like, oh well,
Yeah.
that's kind of
Well, how do I know it's
suspicious.
not your foot?
Yeah, it's a little sketch, guys. Kind of. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just saw like a real, skeeve, just like
Yeah.
totally being a jackass, like, well, you sure, I mean, was it there? Was it really there? Or was it,
Mm-hmm.
it's all this bullshit. And he's like, finally, after a short time, he relents, like, well, I'll knock off 10%.
Oh, please, 10%. What's that worth?
I'll knock off 10% off the bill. All right. I'm a nice guy. I'll knock off 10%.
I would say give me a free night stay the next time. Not here, but at any of
Yeah.
your chain, places.
Yeah. No. My oldest son, he's too nice of a guy. He's like, well, I was gonna ask for a lot more, but yeah, I guess that's okay.
Mm,
He's like, well, you get what you get. What else do you want? My son's like,
right.
give me a free iced tea.
Oh, he's got a little bit of his old man in him there.
Yeah, he's
Always
like, okay,
nudging it, nudge it,
that's what I
nudge
was
it.
proud at because he didn't quite give up. He kind of gave up a little bit, but he's like, give me the iced tea. I like your iced tea, or give me a free iced tea.
Free, yeah.
He goes, iced tea? Are you kidding me? What the? All right. You got me. I mean,
Always got to bump it. Always got to bump it.
this guy just totally seemed like a total jackass. I felt so bad for these kids. They had to sleep in this big DNA petri dish room, and
Well, don't you realize that's every time you go to a hotel? I mean, let's be
I know,
honest.
and I'm all wigged out because like I'm going to be going like on vacation, at some point, and I'm like, oh no, I'm be sleeping in some dudes.
Uh-huh. That you can't think about it. You just have to, go to your
Man,
happy
Jack.
place. Yeah, go to your happy place.
I think I'm going to bring my own sleeping blanket. My hunting and fishing
Yeah,
sleeping
yeah,
blanket.
yeah. Why don't you bring some Hershey Kisses and a heating pad while you're at it? For Christ's sake.
Well, that was a difference. That was a completely different. That
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I kind of made the mess in that room. Yeah, I
yeah,
kind of laid on chocolate with the heating pad on. Yeah, that was bad.
yeah, yeah. Maybe instead of taking the heating pad, just don't eat so often.
Well, yeah. If I
Maybe
only
it
would have
wouldn't be so
starved
sore.
myself. Yeah, I should have starved myself for 12 hours. I've been all
Yeah,
right.
you starve yourself for 12 hours. You won't have that back pain, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's probably a better play than melting chocolate all over the fucking bed sheets.
Okay, shit myself.
Yeah, well, that's you say it was melted chocolate. Hmm.
Well, you can go there and smell it. It wasn't dookie.
Well, how do we know you don't eat so much goddamn chocolate that your dookie smells like chocolate?
I don't know.
Just saying.
Just saying.
So, do you really think that a footprint on the wall is worth even 10%?
That's a little sketch. I mean, I've seen some weird stuff in rooms, but that's a little bit weird, man.
So, what would like pubic hairs be worth?
Oh God.
Let's make a scale of what's worth what in your hotel room.
Oh God. I don't know.
Speaking of secondhand hotel stories, I know a
Yeah.
guy who found a giant dildo in his bed. That wasn't his.
Was it Michael?
No. I'll tell you off the recording who it was.
Hey, Bob. You know that one time I laid down in front of a giant dildo in my bed? Hey, Bob. Hey, Bob.
No, it was somebody who would not make this up.
Oh.
That I know, that I knew, I suppose. I think that he's passed away, but that I knew, and yeah, he had a great story and he even called down and had somebody come get it
No.
from the hotel.
Nope. I quit. I'm not doing it. I quit.
It was rolled down in the tuck, right? So it was all the way down at the bottom of the bed in the tuck part, and he touched her with his foot. And he's like, "What's that?" And so he rips the covers off.
Oh.
Blah. And then he proceeds to call down and say, "Guess what? I got a giant dildo in my bed."
I feel a little lonely. I
They
feel
gave
a
him a new
little
room.
lonely.
They gave him a new room. Oh my God, it was
And a
hilarious.
bigger dildo.
Yes, right. Yeah, exactly. Well, these are all mounted, sir.
We're not going to charge you any extra for the
No
dildo, sir.
extra. Yeah, no extra for that.
You got the honeymoon suite.
That's, I mean, other than, the
That's
usual,
weird, man.
that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
Oh, well, that trumps my story. Yeah, that completely
Well,
trumps my
no, I'm
story.
not trying to trump your story. I'm just saying it's if you had to rank things, don't you think that's a free night? I mean, come on. I don't know. The footprint, 10%. Maybe he was in the ballpark. I'm not sure. What do you think?